There are couples who make it. And those who won't. From the outside, looking in, it can be troublingly, almost maddeningly, hard to understand why. This distinction is one of the most urgent matters for anyone reflecting on relationships and their own chances of succeeding at them. We see our friends break up, seemingly out of the blue. We scroll through social media and see curated images of perfect unions, leaving us to wonder what secret they possess that we don't. Our culture feeds us a steady diet of romantic comedies and fairy tales that end precisely where the real work begins, conditioning us to believe in a happily ever after that is spontaneous and effortless. What we can know for sure, however, is that success in love isn't about luck. It's not about finding a mythical soulmate who completes you and never causes you pain. The couples who ultimately make it will have, on frequent occasions, looked very much as if they wouldn't. They will have known the profound silence that follows a bitter argument. They will have despaired, slammed the door, packed a suitcase in a fit of rage or sorrow, and walked all the way to the station, the hum of the departing train sounding like a siren song of escape. But they won't have boarded that train. Not because they weren't sorely tempted. In that moment, the fantasy of a new life, a clean slate with a less complicated person, can feel like the only rational choice. But they hesitate. And in that hesitation, they remember something key. Something profound about human beings, that everyone, in the end, is pretty much as difficult as everyone else. The fantasy of the perfect, easy partner is just theta fantasy. They didn't allow themselves to get overly idealistic about strangers. The charming person at the office, the witty friend of a friend, the intriguing profile on a dating app, these are all just beautifully edited trailers for a movie you haven't seen. The full feature film, with all its messy plot twists, character flaws, and boring Tuesday nights, remains hidden. The successful couple understands that the very difficulties they were facing, the miscommunications, the mismatched libidos, the arguments over finances or in-laws would inevitably unfold, in one form or another, with pretty much anyone they could ever be with. The problems would simply wear a different disguise. They accepted a fundamental truth, one that our society works very hard to help us forget, that we are all intrinsically flawed, out of control, and disturbed creatures. We are all, in our own unique ways, a little bit mad. We carry the unhealed wounds of our childhoods. We have irrational anxieties. We are forgetful. We get irritable when we're hungry. And we say precisely the wrong thing at the worst possible moment. We are all, to some degree, mired in madness, error, and confusion. And because of this, they recognize that we are generally more worthy of compassion than of fury. When your partner is acting out, the mature response isn't just anger. It's a curious compassion. It's asking, what fear or pain is driving this behavior? Instead of just concluding, you are a bad person. They finally lost the will to believe in that most destructive of all illusions, the idea of a flawless love. Or a flawless person. The ones who wind up sticking around are those who can, after a 3-day-long argument followed by a week-long sulk, come to the conclusion that neither their partner nor they are especially dreadful people. They are simply, and profoundly, averagely and typically human. The goal is not to find someone who never disappoints you. The goal is to find someone whose brand of imperfection you can not only tolerate, but learn to love with grace and a sense of humor. In this understanding, they transition out of a destructive role. They stop being an upbraiding, angry angel, a prosecutor building a case against their partner's every failing. Instead, they become each other's best friend. A best friend doesn't demand perfection. A best friend offers a safe harbor. A place where you can be your messy, authentic self and still be cherished. They see your struggles and say, "I know it's hard. We're a team. We'll figure this out together." They recognize that they are attempting to do something extremely complicated together, building a life and perhaps a family, and so they block their ears to society's malicious and misleading suggestions that it should ever be easy. Ultimately, a lasting love is not a treasure you find. It's a shelter you build together. Brick by imperfect brick. Day by patient day. It's a commitment to see the struggling, flawed, yet beautiful human being behind the momentary frustrations. It's choosing to offer grace when you want to give fury. And remembering that your partner is navigating the same confusing, treacherous map of life that you are. And in that shared, compassionate space, you don't just survive the storms, you learn to dance in the rain. Together, you find joy not in the absence of problems, but in the confidence that you have a partner who will hold your hand while you solve them. That is the kind of love that truly endures. It is not the stuff of fairy tales. It is quieter, deeper, and infinitely more real. If this perspective on love and relationships resonates with you, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more insights into the beautiful complexities of the human heart. Thank you for watching.